first thing I just have to do a quick sync clap. So I just go like this. Sync. So later when you're in post, you can just put the audio and video are separate and you just sync them together pretty easily. Yeah. But so good to go whenever you want to start.
Okay. So Winfred, tell me your name and where you're from.
My name is Winfred. I come from Makueni County.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be in the background.
Try it one more time while they're not.
Let's do it one more time louder when they're
Actually, hold on, one second. In that case, when you put the mic usually I want it to fit. Put the mic a little bit up.
No. Well, I told her I'm part of it. I wanted to
Just move it up. No, a little bit, just up more.
And I told her what I wanted to spot.
Right there.
So if you see a part, she's just wrong.
Try. Can I see it for 1 second?
Introduction can be a little bit like. Yeah. A little upbeat.
Try it.
It's a story. Yep.
Try it right there then.
Yeah, I can see personality. Yeah. Okay, Winfred, when you introduce yourself, give me the how you feel empowered Winfred today. You know? Oh my gosh. The happy, you feel good about today, Winfred, right? When I go like this, tell me your name and where you're from. You're gonna go to
I come from.
Totally. Go take your shirt off just and I'm on it. Go walk around. You ready? Ready? Let's see. Yep.
And that's the struggles of outside.
My name is Winfred Mbinya. I come from Makueni County in Kenya, and I'm very happy today. We had great speakers talking of many different things like making decisions in life, personal branding, and so we learned so many things.
Tell me what you're studying in college right now.
Right now, I'm in Coast Institute of Technology pursuing craft certificate in food and beverage.
When do you graduate and what do you plan to do after graduation?
I'll graduate I'll sit for my final examination on July this year, 2020. And after that, I'll go for my internship that takes 6 months. Then after that, I'll start seeking for jobs and then move on with life.
What type of jobs are you going to look for?
I have skills in food and beverage, that is in hospitality department. So when seeking for jobs, I'll just major in hospitality departments like hotels, restaurants, and big hotels. Yeah.
So tell me, has Glow made a difference in your life?
Yeah, Glow has made a big difference in my life. Like when I finished my Form 4, I had no hope of going to college. I had no idea of where I'd get my school fees. I had no one to support me. Then here Glow came in for me. I was able to go to college. Then I've gained skills in hospitality areas, and I'll use those skills in future. So if it was not for Glow, I would not have gone to college and I would not be having those skills right now.
So once you have those skills when you finish college...
1 second, Jim.
Sure. So once you graduate and you have these skills, tell me about how having those skills and being able to have a job in hospitality, tell me how that's going to make a difference in your life versus if you hadn't been able to go to college and build those skills. What would your life be like without that?
With those skills, I am able to work in different hotels, then acquire money that I'll use the money in my personal budgeting. Then I can also use the money to start up my own businesses, like I can start on my own hotel. Like I want to venture in cake making, so I can start up my own cake making canteen and sell, then retain the interest and the profit.
And what I want someone to understand is, if I don't know anything about Kenya and I don't know anything about Winfred, tell me what your life would be like if you had not been able to go to college.
My life, if I had not gone to college, my life would be very miserable. Like for now, I can't even trace where I will be. Like for example, I could have been married with my own kids. I could be somewhere living a miserable life.
So when you are able to have a job and a career, when you graduate and you're able to have a job and a career, tell me how that affects more than just you. Tell me who that affects in your life. Meaning, like, I personally know that you've told me that, you know, once you have a career and a job, you're going to be able to help more people in your family. You're going to be able to help your siblings and make sure they get an education, right? So tell me about that. Like, start at, yeah, and tell me how that in turn, like you being able to have a job and a real career and money, then helps your siblings and helps break the cycle of what you've had to endure. Does that make sense?
I'm not getting what you're trying to mean.
I'm just trying to say that you being able to have a job helps your extended family, right? Yeah. So I need you to tell me how being able to have a job, how that impacts your entire family.
I am the firstborn in our family. I have 3 sisters and 1 brother. They are younger than me. I have 2 sisters in high school. They are sponsored. One is halfly sponsored and the other one is fully sponsored. My brother is in class 7 and my sister is in class 5. So by the time my younger sister will be finishing class 8, I'll be working, so I'll be able to support her. I'll be able to support her with the education, support her with anything she requires in her studies. And also my brother too. Yeah.
What do you think is the best way to break the cycle of poverty?
If everyone in our family gets educated, so the cycle will be automatic. Sorry.
That's okay. Tell me again. Tell me again differently.
Okay. The cycle of poverty in our family can be broken if everyone gets education. Like I personally am educated, so when my young sisters and brother gets education too, they'd be able to support themselves in their own areas, and they will be living good lives, so the poverty will be broken. Yeah.
What do you think some of the challenges women in Kenya face in order to be able to get an education?
Challenges that women in Kenya get in education, like in Kenya, most communities don't believe in education for women, because most of communities say that women will be married to other families, so they will not help their own families, which is not true. Because if I'm to help, I don't see how I can help other people's family and my family is here suffering. So that's not true. The way people say women will be married to other families, they will go to help those families and leave their families. That's not true.
What are some of the other challenges women in Kenya face in order to try to get an education?
Other communities believe in FGM, female circumcision for females. So when a girl is forced to get circumcised, some get demoralized, they get traumas, and they fear to face other girls who are not circumcised, because when I'm here, I'm circumcised, and there's another person here who is not circumcised, and then I hear them talking about disadvantages of female circumcision. I'll feel very bad, because I personally have gone the same circumcision, and then here they're talking about the disadvantages of circumcision. So that can make someone drop out of schools, because I can't live in a place where everyone is talking about what I'm going through.
So true.
What is more valuable than education?
About women.
No.
No.
What is more valuable than education? Is there anything more valuable than education?
1 second.
I think education is the most valuable thing right now, because with education you can do anything.
One thing that I'd like you to tell the listener is about one thing I've witnessed that women in Kenya, and a big obstacle is that they have to be girls have to be responsible, not even women, young girls have to be responsible for their younger siblings. They have to be the ones to stay home. They have to overcome those challenges just to get to primary school and secondary school, right? Does that make sense?
Come up again.
Okay. One thing that women in Kenya are faced with is that young girls, are not able to go to schools sometimes because they have to be the ones to take care of their siblings. They have to be the ones to cook, to farm, to help the family. So if you could talk about that and talk about your experience with that, maybe it's you, maybe it's other girls, but that's a challenge that this viewer doesn't understand. So tell us about that challenge that girls in Kenya face.
Some challenges girls face when given the responsibilities of their family. Like I personally am a victim. When my parents passed on in 2011, they both passed on 2011 with a difference of 3 weeks. So when they passed, I've been the firstborn in the family and a girl, the first girl, the firstborn in the family. So I was left with the responsibility of taking care of my young siblings. No one in the family wished to take care of us. No one even wanted to hear more about us anymore, just because our parents are not there again. So, as a girl, it was hard for me because sometimes it forced us to borrow. We borrowed everything, including education. We borrowed even education. I went to our headmaster and talked to him about our home situation. Then, thank God, he listened to us, and then he told us to go to school. We never paid for anything. So I'm taking like an example. If it was another girl, you know, we don't have the same knowledge, we don't have the same, we are different. So if the same situation was to be given to another girl, some would go to streets, others would just do bad behaviors and drop out of schools just to feed their families.
So tell me about how when your parents passed away and you're responsible for all your siblings, tell me about how did you get food? How did you eat? How did you survive? Where did you live?
When my parents passed away, we were left home alone. Our family, our relatives said that they can't take all of us because we are many. We are 5 in the family. So they said we are many. No one can take responsibility of us. So we were forced to live alone. Then we lived alone for some few months. Then my uncle came. He took us to his family. He had only one son, and his wife had passed away a year ago. So he took us to his home, and he never lived for a long time. I don't think even he finished 1 month. Then he disappeared. He took his child to his grandmother, and then we were left again alone in his home. Then it was a new place. We never knew anyone. We were taken to a new school where no one knew us. No one even knew our whereabouts. So I was again forced to go to our headmaster, talk about our background, our life. Then he too again listened to us. He told us to go to school. Now, education problem was solved, but back at home, everything was bad. We never had food, we never had water, we never had it. The home was empty. We had nothing at all. It was just us at home. We never had food, never had water, never had salt, cooking oil. So, and our last born was 2 years by then. She was 2 years by then. You can tell her that there's no food for today, so you can just sleep. We were just forced to go to our neighbors. Today we go to this neighbor, tell her that please help us with something to eat. Even if it's this little one, at least my young sister takes something that night. Others we can survive. We borrowed water, we borrowed everything, including salt. Sometimes it was hard to get. Other times people wished to help us, and I was in class 7 by then. I sat for my KCP in 2013, and I passed. Again, I was waiting for my family members to ask what I've scored. No one even bothered to know my performance. I was just at home helplessly, never knowing what to do next. I remember one day my headmaster told me to go to school after class 8. Then I went there. He took me to a certain school, secondary school, to seek for scholarship. And in that high school, yes, I was to be sponsored, but they gave me conditions. They told me I should first report, pay for first term, and then do the shopping, buy everything. Then as from second term, I'll be sponsored as from second term. So back in mind, it was very hard. I never knew where I'll get the money first to pay for the school fees. I don't have a uniform. I don't have anyone to do shopping for me. So I went back home. I sat there. No one came to my rescue to ask whether I want to go to high school. No one even bothered. My relatives, no one bothered to hear about me. Then there's a certain home, children's home, near our home that it had taken my young siblings. I was not taken by then because they said they were taken 12 years and below, and by then I was 13 years, so I was cut off. There's a certain woman who worked there who knew our home, and Daraja had said their application forms to that home. So she told me to come and apply for Daraja. I applied. I just went to apply. I never knew whether I'll get it. I had lost hope in life. Honestly, I had lost hope in life. I just went there, applied just to apply. Then I applied. I was called for interview. I went for the interview. I was interviewed, and I was given the result the same day. I was very happy, though I never told anyone in our home because they never wanted to hear about me. So I even don't know what will be their reactions. I never told them. I just kept quiet for myself, although I needed someone to celebrate with, but I just kept it for myself. I went to Daraja. After going to Daraja, my relatives now are back saying, oh, she has gone to high school. Let's see whether she'll finish Form 4. They were talking heel behind my back. I don't know the reason, because I never asked anything from them. I never even asked a single cent for pocket money. I just went to school like that and come back home. I don't know why they never wished me well. They first said I will not finish Form 1. I went to Form 1, I finished Form 1. After Form 1, they kept on wishing me ill things about my education. But thank God I finished Form 4. And after Form 4, my uncle came. He asked me, oh, you have done your Form 4. Then what are you planning to do next? I told him I just wish to go to a college to gain skill in my area of interest. He said, oh, okay, you will go. And then it disappeared again. I never knew what to do. I was at home helplessly again. I was rescued after class 8. Now I'm here again after Form 4, helplessly again. I lost hope again. Totally lost hope. I never knew where I'll start again. But Glow came for me. I was taken to high school. I was taken to college, and now I'm very happy. I perform well in my studies. Yeah, I make sure I perform well, never to let it blow down, because it has taken me from my darkness and now it has put me to lightness. So I wish Blow to grow.
Maybe think who.
Can I do? I was gonna say, can I? If you do want to do the thank yous. Sure. Okay. Because she could either actually let me do it quick. Oh. I want to adjust the mic really quick just to hit it once. That really quick for you. Thanks so much.
After you graduated from Daraja, before you knew about Glow, did you try to make money or use your skill? Like, were you doing anything or were you just at home?
Yeah, after Form 4, I went back to transition in Daraja Academy. Then I graduated from transition. After transition, I went back home. I looked for a job. I was employed by someone who is helping my sister right now in high school, was the one who employed me, and he has a chemistry. So I was working in his chemistry. I dealt with medicine, though right now I'm not doing anything with medicine. He used to pay me. The man that he paid me, I helped back at home. I helped at my to settle some money issues in our home. And then I talked to him about my family, and then he volunteered to sponsor my sister in high school.
So one thing that I think that I want to capture is making people understand that, like, the gentleman that was the chemist was great to have some income from him for a while, but what people in America don't understand is that if you weren't able to go to college, they would think that you could still get a really great job and have a great life. So they don't understand that without college, like, you will never be able to truly support yourself and better your circumstances and move out of the home you've been living in that is empty. Does that make sense? So, am I making sense? Okay, in America, if you don't go to college, you can still have a really great job and support yourself and own a car and own a home and support your kids and put them through school. See what I mean? So Americans don't understand that if you didn't get a diploma, you would never be able to truly better your situation. Does that make sense? So, am I making sense or no? Mama Helen?
That's such deja
Okay, so
Yeah, I know
so
exactly what you mean.
Americans don't understand that if you that in Kenya that if Winfred wasn't able to get a diploma, she would never be able to get out of her circumstances. They think that she graduated high school, she should be able to get a really great job and have a great life. Because in America, you can own a home, own a car, put your kids through school, all without college or university.
Some of the most successful people have not gone to universities. There's like a whole group of people who specifically aren't going to university now. Yeah.
So what I'm trying to capture is the impact that college is having on Winfred's life to help her better her circumstances. And not just better her circumstances, but to break out of the cycle of poverty and to lift her up. But I'm not communicating that well.
I feel like if you touch on like gender equality and the unemployment rate, those are two things that might tie into it.
No, I mean,
The
we
unemployment-
can try that, but
Yeah. But what would
The
resonate with
unemployment rate, yes, and also because Kenya is, what's the word for it? But we are very, I'm lacking the word.
I
Education.
mean, it really is like that's a
Say clap 3.
the unemployment rate?
Sorry for always clapping in front of your face.
Okay.
Good whenever.
okay. Okay, Winfred, just start talking and telling me about the difference to you and in your life of being able to have a diploma versus not having a diploma.
Like, can I start from?
You can start from wherever. Just yell at me.
Okay. I've been working in chemistry. It was not my career. That was not my career. It was just, it's like this person just took me from home to his organization just to keep my mind busy. I don't have any skills in medicine. I don't have any qualification in medicine, so I can't work in medicine. So that was just a way of keeping my mind busy. It was a way of keeping my mind busy because it was after Form 4. And being a Form 4 leaver in Kenya, it's like you look like someone who has not gone to school yet. You need from primary to high school, you just acquire general knowledge. But when you go to college or university, now there you get those specific skills, you get a specific knowledge in a specific field of study that will help you outside here to look for a certain job. Like for example, after Form 4, I could
Okay, you really can't see that. Okay.
It's too blurry.
Yeah.
Okay.
For example, after Form 4, I could have not just gone to an hospital and start treating people. That cannot even make sense. But if I go to university to study more about medicine, to study more about how to use those syringes to inject to people, then after university I go outside there, start looking for a job. It will be easy for me. I have the papers, I have the qualifications.
But talk to me about your situation. Talk to me about like what what you're studying and what that means. Because I follow you and you're doing great, but tell me to you and what you're studying and how that's going to be an avenue to your dream.
I am studying about food and beverages. So it mainly deals with customers and customers' expectations, what customers expect from me. So after Form 4, if I could just go into a restaurant like that, there are some rules that are followed in restaurants, how you should serve your guest, how you should welcome your guest, how you deal with guests. So, for example, I was just taken from Form 4 to the field. There are so many things that I don't know because I just have the general knowledge from my primary and high school teachers. I don't have the skills, but now I am in college. I have skills on how to deal with customers. I have skills on how to handle customers, how to follow restaurant rules. So if I was not taken to college, for sure I could not be having the skills.
Tell me about your dream, your career goals.
My career goals. I've been okay. Having skills in food and beverage.
Being an entrepreneur.
Being an entrepreneur. Okay, just let me start from there.
Okay.
Having skills in food and beverage, I can go outside there, use the same skills to start my own business that will be generating income, that I'll use it to do my personal budgeting, help other people out there. Yeah. My career goals is just to start my own business and
No, I know this is, yeah, major struggle, right, and it's like every day, right. So, do we think this is, I'm not sure on this,
Um,
or
well,
I think we're not saying
okay, okay. As far as the like thank you stuff, I don't know what you might want
Can
to
they
have,
pass
like,
now?
I don't know if there's something specifically you want to say
Sure.
about the Glow Foundation, maybe. Can you like specific without the help of Glow, I would never be able to do
Right.
something, anything along those lines.
Hey Helen, wait just 1 second. That'd be great. Okay, so
It's like thank you for helping change the trajectory of my life.
yeah,
Just like nice sound bite or something.
thank
Yeah.
Glow. Say thank you to Glow, but say more than just thank you. You know what I mean? Like say something from your heart.
Short, like a little.
However that means. Like, thank you for changing my life. Thank you for empowering me. Thank you for helping me fulfill my dreams. Like anything that resonates with you that is gratitude. And we're gonna use it as sound bites.
Can she say thank you? She's going to like say something on that as well. We didn't have that sound right to put together for other things. Yeah, hold on. I know. That's really like a lot. I mean, another thing we just read it.
Hold on. Does that make sense?
yeah. Thank you, Glow, for coming into my life, listening to my story, and
Start over.
Start again.
No big deal.
No biggie, it's good.
thank you, Glow, for coming into my life, listening to my story, sympathizing with me, and then taking an action of taking me to school. I'm very grateful for you, and I pray that God will bring more donors to Glow and take more girls to pass through Glow and to enjoy the benefit of Glow like I have done. Thank you.
Doing pretty good.
Great. Now just a sound bite is saying Asante Sana. Like smiling and saying Asante Sana.
Asante sana.
That's good. Does she want to do one and look like right at the camera? And say
Yeah,
that
that'd
after?
be great.
Like
Look straight straight right here and just say Asante Sana with a big smile.
just want to move it a little bit. Yeah.
Asante sana.
Perfect.